Hello, this is Patrick at OneCNCWest, and what I'd like to do in this video is take a real close look at notes, the type of notes that would appear inside of a job sheet or inside of the CNC program. Let's first take a look at the notes that would appear inside of a job sheet. All right, let's take a look at what we have here. We have a part mounted on a tooling plate, and I have just two machining operations, a roughing operation and a finish operation. All right, so to create the notes that would appear inside of the job sheet, we're going to double click on the toolpath group. And you'll notice here within the NC Processing dialog box, there's an area down here that says Notes. This is typically where you would type your notes. In this example, I've already copied the notes to the clipboard, so I'm just going to hit Control V, Control Victor to paste those notes in here. These notes are comprised of different sentences. I'm not going to make any changes to this. I'm going to leave it just like it is, and let's go directly to the job sheet. Let's head over here and left click on Job Sheet. Now within the job sheet, if we take a look at Group Notes, notice how it's not showing all of the notes. Remember, we have multiple sentences. I want to show you how to address that. Let's exit out of the job sheet. We're going to go back inside the NC Processing dialog box, and down here where it says Notes, the first step is to get to the very beginning of the notes. You can just hold the left arrow down on the keyboard and move to the very beginning, or you can use the shortcut, which is pressing the Control and Home button on your keyboard. That will also take you to the very beginning. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you can see all of your notes inside of this blue boundary here. So I'm going to take my cursor, I'm going to left click here and simply hit the Enter key on the keyboard. I'm going to do the same over here. Again, hit the Enter key on the keyboard. And the goal here is to make sure you can see all of your notes. Let's hit the Enter key again. Very good. All right, now let's go into the job sheet. We'll click on Job Sheet, and now you'll notice down here where it says Group Notes, we can see all of our notes. Very nice. Now let's take a look at how these notes will look inside the CNC program. Let's exit out of the job sheet. And now let's generate a CNC program. I'm going to click on Post. And I'm just going to use the default name and location. I'll click Save. We're going to overwrite that. And if you take a look at the top of the CNC program, you'll notice that OneCNC has divided our notes into different lines here. This looks okay, but we can clean this up a little bit. Notice how there's a prefix here called Notes and then a dash. I want to show you how you can get rid of that. All right, so let's exit out of the text editor. That looks good. And now we need to edit the post processor. There's two ways in which you can edit a post processor. You can head over to the toolpath group, double click on that, and then over here within the NC Processing dialog box, you want to make sure you have the proper post processor selected, and then you can click Setup. All right, so that's one method to edit a post processor. Another way to edit the post processor is head up to the upper left corner, select NC, NC Setup, and now all you have to do is select the post processor that you'd like to edit. In this case, it's going to be the Haas, and then you can get right to work. All right, we're going to click on the posting format. This controls how the CNC code looks within the CNC program. We don't want to edit the tool format. Instead, we want to edit the start and finish format. Simply put, this is all the CNC code that gets output at the very beginning of the program. This is the CNC code that gets output at the very end of the program. All we want to focus on is this line right here where it says Notes. So here's that prefix we saw a little earlier where it says Notes and dash. I'm just going to take my cursor and I'm going to delete Notes and dash. Make sure that you do not delete the variable called Notes. You'll know it's a variable because it's surrounded by these curly brackets. All right, I think all that looks great. Let's go ahead and click OK to that. And now let's take our cursor back to the toolpath group and double click. And now let's select Post. Again, I'm going to use the same name and location. And you'll notice now we've gotten rid of those prefixes. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.